Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, good. Okay, we're going to start our most bulk lesson. It is cell structure. And before we start, I just want to explain from this lesson, no any essay questions coming in the exam. Okay, no any essay questions. Only two to with this lesson and biomolecule both lesson. Only 4 to 5 MCQ, maximum 5 MCQ or 4 MCQ, and one structured disease. No essay question and no more than 5 MCQ questions. It is confirmed. It confirmed. Only at least approximately then we can't. Okay, we can't get this as simple because 5 MCQ question mean 5 marks and one structured essay mean another 5 marks. Then altogether 10 marks in the full paper. Okay, 10 marks. Okay. First, it is in this lesson mainly we discussing about cellular organizations and how this cell and cellular organization related knowledge how we use for the technology. Okay, that's a reason why as a technology student, as technologists, why we doing some biological parts. Actually we need very small, very least biological knowledge we need, because in technology, in genetical engineering side, genetic engineering side, and other cell related, cell and organism related. Last day I explained the bioremediation. For bioremediation we use different type of organism for different uh, remove some hazardous compound in the environment. That's mean the uh, purity of the environment. Okay, therefore this organism, how we organism and their cellular structures, how we use for the technologies and how we use for the different industries, mainly we discussed in this lesson. Okay. First of all, you need to understand what is the meaning of the cell. The cell is the main building block of any living cell that we called as structural and functional compound. The structural and functional compound of any living organism, the structural and functional, the building block is the cell, the building block of the cell. Actually this lesson I am rapidly explained, therefore if any doubt you can ask, because in here no any calculation, no any uh, more difficult understanding point, no anything. Only you need to read and you can understand this lesson. Therefore I will explaining quickly. uh, Normally if we consider about any cell, it is the initial immature stage that we called as the cell developing cell. Developing mean it is growing, the size and internal organism they are growing. After it is matured, after cell matured, it convert to it come to the cell division stage. In cell division stage, the same cell produced by replication produce new cells. That's the meaning of the cell division of single double cells by the formation of the male and female gametes. The fetus become mature after grown. Okay, after matured, after grown, they start to cell division. Organism made up of single cell called as unicellular organism. Yes, some organism, if you got the bacteria is a unicellular organism. Unicellular organism means this organism has only one cell. This organism called as unicellular organism. If some organism has more than one cells, that we called as multicellular organism. We are multicellular organism. Animals are multicellular organism. Okay, plants, they are multicellular organism. Okay, they are very simple things. Cells perform various functions in the body. Yes, that they are we discussing in this lesson. Okay. Okay, that's the base of the cell. Then what is the definition of the cell? How you define a cell? Anyone ask what is the definition of a cell? The definition of the cell? Cell? What is a cell? Now, according to your understand my basic explanation, can you define the cell now? What is the meaning of the cell? Cell? Quickly. What's the meaning of the cell? Yes, the structural and functional unit of any living thing, any living organism, that we called as a cell. Okay, that we called as a cell. Okay, that is the definition of the structural and functional unit. Remember, okay, functional unit. The structural and functional unit is the cell. These words are very important in these theory lessons. As we discussed in the natural products and industrial chemistry, these keywords very important. The structural and functional unit of any living organism, that is the cell. Okay, that's the cell, and it is the main building block of any living organism. That's the smallest compound. Smallest compound is cell. Okay, now if we consider about cellular organization, okay, cellular organization, we can divide cells into two types. Okay, we can divide cells into two types according to the cellular organization. Cellular organization, according to the cellular organization, according to the cellular organization, cell structures mainly two types. They are prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cell structure and eukaryotic cell structure. prokaryotic cell structure and eukaryotic cell structure. Okay, prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell structure. Okay, what is the meaning of this prokaryotic cell structure? The prokaryotic cell structure means they don't have organized cell structure. They don't have organized cell structure. Okay, that's the main characteristic. Don't have organized cell structure. Don't have. They have cell structure, but their cell structure is not organized. Okay, don't have organized cell structure. Organized cell structure. They don't have organized cell structure. They don't have organized cell structure. That's the main feature. Okay, what is the meaning of eukaryotic? Eukaryotic means their cell organization is organized. Cell structure is organized. Therefore, that we can say the eukaryotic cell structure, they have, eukaryotic organism have organized cell structure. Organized cell structure. C means cell structure. The eukaryotic mean they have organized cell structure. Okay. Prokaryotic, I'm explaining the differences. Prokaryotic, okay, in this lesson, I am actually explaining only structured as a answer. Okay, I am on all parts, I explaining as structured as a answer, because prokaryotic and eukaryotic, I'm not going to explain one by one. I am explaining by difference, because exam also always asking what are the differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell structure. I think if I compare these two organizations, you can understand. Okay. The other thing, the prokaryotic cell structure, they don't have membrane bounded organelles. Membrane bounded organelles. Don't have membrane bounded organelles. Actually, I will explain after this compare what is the prokaryotic cell structure mean. The prokaryotic cell structure is actually very simple. They are organelles very simple. Not like eukaryotic. Eukaryotic, slightly complex comparatively. It is complex. The eukaryotic mean like us. Our cellular structure is eukaryotic. Our cell is, we have a lot of organelles, and all organelles bounded with membrane, one or two membranes. Okay, then prokaryotic organism don't have membrane bounded organelles. Membrane bounded organelles. Eukaryotic present membrane bounded organelles. Membrane bounded organelles. Okay, if we consider prokaryotic organism cell, the nucleus is very simple. The nucleus is not too complex. It is very simple. It is only actually no organized nucleus. No organized nucleus. Okay, then I'm not going to again write. It don't have organized organelles. Therefore, they don't have organized nucleus. Therefore, prokaryotic organisms don't have uh, multiple chromosomes. They have only single chromosomes. Single chromosome organism. Okay, I got the meaning of the single chromosome organism. Single chromosome organism mean what's the difference? What's the meaning? The single chromosome organism mean in their cytoplasm, the number of chromosome mean DNA chain කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. Like DNA chains, it has only one DNA chain. One DNA chain. But in eukaryotic organism, multiple chromosomes, chromosome number, multiple chromosome number. Okay, we are eukaryotic organism, you already know. We have eukaryotic cell structure. Then how many chromosomes in humans? Homo sapiens sapien, how many chromosomes? How many chromosomes in human? Homo sapiens sapien? How many? Yes. In humans, the 46 chromosomes. Yeah, previous I explained. No? In humans, 46 chromosomes. If we consider pair, 23 pair of chromosomes in humans. It is coming 23 from mother side and 23 from father side. Then the pair of chromosomes, 23. Altogether, 46 chromosomes in humans. According to the animal type, the chromosome number is changed. Chromosome number is changed. Okay, the other very important thing is both prokaryotic and eukaryotic organism has um, ribosomes. Ribosomes, but prokaryotic organism, the ribosome is very simple. Ribosome is simple, that we called as 70S ribosomes. Okay, 70S ribosomes. There are 70S ribosomes. Present 70S ribosomes. 70S ribosomes. If we consider about eukaryotic organism, it is 80S ribosome. It is the ribosome structure is complex. Ribosome structure is complex. Do you know what is the main function of the ribosome? The ribosome doing the the very important function in the cell, in the cytoplasm. What is the function of the ribosome within the cell? What is the function of the ribosome that we discussed in the cell organelles part? Okay, before that, in your common O-level knowledge, what is the ribosome function? Amar, function of the ribosome? Yes, very good. Protein synthesis. Now, prokaryotic organism, they're doing their protein synthesis by uh, low level, and their structure is simple. That's why we call as 70S. Their structure is 70S. If you got eukaryotic organism, they have 80S, the complex ribosome structures. Okay. Okay, they are the main differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Okay, any other difference? Do you know any other? They are the main differences. They are the main differences. Any other difference? Okay. Okay. What other differences? They are the main differences. Okay. If any question asks what are the main differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic, you can explain these things. You can explain this. Okay. Then there is additional some not main but other difference as well. If we consider the size of this prokaryotic organism, the prokaryotic organism size is very small. Size is very small. You already know prokaryotic always microorganism. Okay, the eukaryotic like us, their cell size and their organism size is very small. Therefore, you can say they are the prokaryotic organism small in size, small in size, small in size. Comparatively, eukaryotic organism comparatively large, larger than prokaryotic. Okay, larger than prokaryotic. Larger than prokaryotic. What else? Other differences? Other differences? The other difference is prokaryotic organism don't have organized nucleus, as I explained. If you want that you can mention that also, you can mention as a difference. The prokaryotic organism don't have organized nucleus. Organized nucleus, but the eukaryotic organism present organized nucleus. They have organized nucleus with multiple chromosomes. The prokaryotic organism don't have organized nucleus, but they have only single chromosome chain. Actually, in prokaryotic organism, I will show you, they only have small chromosome chain only, don't have organized nucleus. Okay, get your tute. I think you all have tutes. Get your tute and go to the page number 3 and note down these differences. Go to the page number 3, this table, and quickly note down these differences. Quickly note down these differences. Quickly. I need within 1 minute. I think you can write now. Now you have to improve your the writing speed also as well. Otherwise, you have to face huge trouble in the exam if you not improve your writing speed. The writing speed is very important because if you know the answer, you have to, if you can't write it speed, you cannot manage your time in the exam. Therefore, try to do that you can improve by practicing. Okay, everything you can change by practicing. If you writing very slow, you can practice it, and that is actually A level. You have to, every side you have to improve. If you want to go higher rank, higher result, every side you have to think, every side you have to improve. Okay, that's not only for A level. For A levels, we are giving enough time for writing, but in if you go for degree in university, the lecturers don't give any time for any extra time for writing. No, in writing times. If anything you want, you have to note down everything while he or she explain. No any writing, separate writing types. Okay, complete. Great. Okay, I'm going to raise. Okay. Okay, go to the tute page number 1. Page number 1 mean, I think it is mistake. It is starting from page number 2, no? Then go to the page number 2. Okay, this is the example for prokaryotic organism. Prokaryotic organism examples are bacteria, cyanobacteria. I have given here bacteria, cyanobacteria, blue-green algae, actually blue-green algae are the cyanobacteria. All bacteria types, they are prokaryotic. They don't have organized cell structure. Okay, see this. This is the prokaryotic cell structure. Okay, you can see the outer layer is the capsule. The lot of students doing this mistake in the final paper as well. The outer layer of the prokaryotic organism, it is not the cell wall. It is capsule. It is like a medicine tablet. It is like a medicine tablet. You can see it is the outer layer is the capsule. And after that, inside the capsule, the layer we called as a cell wall. In bacteria, it is formed by peptidoglycan. The main molecule is peptidoglycan. You can note down. No? After that, after cell wall, the inner layer is cell membrane or plasma membrane. Inner layer inside the cell wall. Cell membrane or plasma membrane. After that, inside the structure that we called as gel-like structure, the name is cytoplasm. The gel-like structure, cytoplasm. And in prokaryotic organism don't have organized nucleus. Therefore, you can see it is only chromosome chain. This is the nucleus. They don't have actually nucleus. They only have nucleotide. That means DNA chain only. And for movement of this prokaryotic cell, for movement and okay, for movement of this prokaryotic cell, that's called as flagellum, and there are another small parts that we called as piles. or piles, no piles. Okay, piles or pillars. Okay, they are the main parts of prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cells. Okay, they are the main parts of prokaryotic cells. Okay, if you go to eukaryotic cells, you can see many organelles. The structure is very complex. This is eukaryotic cell. It is actually the plant cell. Plant cell. Okay, what is this outer layer? What is this outer layer on plant cell? What is this outer layer? What is this outer layer? I'm asking this layer. Yeah, it is cell wall. It is cell wall. Then I will starting from beginning. Okay, this is cell wall. This is cell wall. The outer layer you can name. The name's not given. This is cell wall. Inside the cell wall, it is plasma membrane. It is plasma membrane. Plasma membrane or cell membrane. That's a semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane. Okay, that we can discuss in the organelles. Cell membrane. Okay, they are vacuoles. 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 The vacuoles important for the water balance of the cell. Water balancing of the cell maintained by the vacuoles. Normally, animal cells don't have large vacuoles. Only plant cell, animal and plant both eukaryotic. Only animal cells contain these large vacuoles, but sorry, only plant cell contain large vacuoles. Animal cells don't have large vacuoles. In animal cells, only has small vacuoles in temporary basis. Okay, temporary vacuoles. Then this is the nucleus. It has an organized nucleus, as I explained. Nucleus. It has organized nucleus with nucleotide. This is a chromosome. This is a chromosome, DNA and RNA. This is a nucleotide. Okay, this is a nucleotide with chromosome and RNA. DNA and RNA. Okay, this is the, I forgot here. In these prokaryotic cells, don't have organized organelles, as I explained, only chromosome chain. But it has only organelle is ribosome. It has only organelle is ribosome. It is given here. These dots are the ribosomes. These ribosomes, it is 70S ribosomes. Remember, 70S ribosomes. 70S ribosomes. The ribosomes not structured well. Not structured well. Okay, now it has nucleus and nucleotides, organized cell structure, organized nucleus, and the nucleus has membrane bounded. Membrane bounded. That means it has two membrane, outer and inner membrane. They are properly organized. Actually, that's the meaning. Okay, that is 80S ribosome. 80S ribosome. 80S ribosome. What is this? Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex කියලත් කියනවා. Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus. Golgi body කියලත් කියනවා. There are different names, the same thing. This is the power plant of the cell. This is mitochondria. 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 Okay, they are the main parts of the cell. Eukaryotic cells, you can see the eukaryotic cell is well organized. It has lot of organelles, but eukaryotic cells, prokaryotic cell is very simple. It has only actually in the cytoplasm, nucleus chain, chromosome single chain, and ribosomes only. Okay, what are the examples for eukaryotic now? Eukaryotic organisms. Remember, eukaryotic organism examples important. Fungi. The bacteria is a prokaryotic organism, but the fungi also microorganism. The fungi has a complex structure of cell, that therefore the fungi is a eukaryotic cell structure. And protozoa also eukaryotic cell structure. Protozoa. And animals and animal cells, animals and plant cell, they all are eukaryotic cell structure. Okay, that's the basic of the cell structures. Any doubt in cell structure? Please ask. Now I'm going to move into second part. Any doubt? All clear? Yes. All clear. Very good. Okay, if there are anything, please note down. Okay, you have everything in the note. Anything you can note down in the tute. Okay, you have spaces. Okay, go to the yeah, that is very important part. You already know some organism has prokaryotic cell structure, and other type of organism has eukaryotic organism if it is organized cell structure. But the virus is a special organism. The virus is special organism. The virus is especially microorganism. Do you have idea what is the size of the virus? Do you have idea what is the size of the virus? Can you imagine? What is the size of the virus? Normal. You already know the COVID-19. What is the COVID-19 virus size? Don't know. The reason, the social things you need to remember actually. Lot of the exam panel always some questions add into paper. If you are to check, you updated around the world scenarios to check that. Therefore, careful. You have to, as I explained, this phosphate fertilizer. Now, what is the state and how it is producing, and the current scenarios. You have to acknowledge with the latest news before go to the exams. In our syllabus expressing explaining things, you have to update. But this syllabus is actually more than 5 hours old now. Now from next year, new syllabus is coming. This syllabus things actually now it has changing. Now you already know it is actually this syllabus made before COVID-19 problem. Okay, now world is totally changed. The technology is totally changed. Okay, from next year definitely need to come a new syllabus. It is very old now. Okay, therefore you have to update now with this general idea. You can the syllabus general idea giving in the lessons, but you can search more about these things. Now we discussed about chromatography, but you can search in the world more than chromatography techniques. Nowadays there are a lot of the crude product separation methods. You can search. Not only in industrial chemistry we discuss soap production. Soap production, the chemical reaction is same, but in different industry you can search different soap products is producing more than soap sabang kata venuwada. More than soap, simple soaps, it is producing different value addition product. You can search. Not only the industry chemistry, everywhere. Okay, this in this cell structure also you have to update it, the real time things. Are they going to remove ICT from technology next year? No. I think only agriculture is removing. It is only discussions now. Anything not finalized. The I'm not mean that normally the syllabus need to update, not curriculums. Syllabus needs to again syllabus change on 5 year to 5 years. Now you are edge of this syllabus. This syllabus started from 2029 2019. 2019. Now it is 6 years old. Now from next normally 6 year to 6 year syllabus is updating, but like technology like syllabus actually maths or science, it is okay. The science is not updating, but technology is always updating. Therefore it is the 6 years mean too long. If you consider about 2019 technology and today technology, it is totally different, no? Therefore at least 3 years, 3 to 2 years our syllabus need to update. But still, but in definite in next year batch it will update your syllabus. It is 6 years complete, then from next year different updated things come into syllabus. But you have to work on this syllabus, but you can search more for your knowledge. Okay, yeah, what is the size? Yes, normally the COVID-19 size is 20 to 30 nanometer. 20 to 30 nanometer. We can't say exact value. Look, it is vary in this level. 20 to 30 nanometers. Okay, therefore, you can imagine the shape, the size, not shape, size, 20 to 30 nanometer. Do you know the bacteria size? Normal, common bacteria size range? The bacteria size range normally 3000 to 400. So 300 to 400 micrometer. This is a bacteria, micrometer. It is 20 to 30 nanometer. If imagine it is, if you get, it is like this. If it is magnified the bacteria like this, the virus like, okay, the virus is very small. The viruses are very small, and their internal structure, the virus internal structure is like this. Virus internal structure is this. This is the internal structure of virus. This is the internal structure. You can see it is that we called as a, this is a DNA chain, and outer layer that we called as capsid, that is a protein structure. That's a protein layer, protein cover. That's it, capsid. And inside the capsid, it is DNA or RNA. Normally, the most important thing is some kind of virus, their internal structure is contained with RNA. Some kind of virus, they contain DNA. COVID-19, RNA or DNA virus? DNA virus or RNA virus? COVID-19? Now you have to update, because more than 2 years ago, the main topic is COVID-19. Main topic was COVID-19. Therefore, I think you have familiar about this virus more than bacteria and fungi. Because I think approximately 2 years, the main topic of the news anywhere, this virus. Don't know? Remember, okay, you have to search. Internet. Okay, I just want to explain. Organism without cellular organization means the virus is very small and it is showing non-living characteristic and living characteristic both. Sometimes the viruses are like a dust particle. They don't have any metabolic activities. Okay, it is like non-living things, non-living materials. They do not doing respiration, not doing replications, not doing any metabolic activities. Therefore, it is like a dust particle, impurity particle like a, no any living characteristics. But the important thing is, if any virus penetrate to a living cell, ඒක penetrate වෙනවා කියන්නේ අපි insert වුණාට පස්සේ living cell එකට penetrate mean actually attach by these spikes, they can attach to the living cells. That's why they are the spikes, they can attach to a living cells, then attack. Okay, by these spikes they can attach, and after that they are all metabolic activities, respiration, replications, everything is starting after enter to a living cell. Are you clear? Are you clear? That's why we call the viruses don't have special cellular structure. It is not belongs to prokaryotic or eukaryotic. It is the cell structure is totally different, and they are very small size than other microorganism and other organism. Very small in size. Therefore, we can't say the prokaryotic, the virus prokaryotic cannot bear. It is cannot belongs to eukaryotic as well. Okay. The other thing. Okay, I found the COVID-19 is RNA virus or DNA virus. Any virus don't have DNA, RNA both. RNA or DNA. Only one is present. Okay, are you found? Amar, what do you think? The COVID-19 is DNA virus or RNA virus? Yeah, a lot of answers. Yeah, all are saying it is RNA. Actually, it is RNA virus. Actually, if it is DNA virus, we don't need to worry. The RNA virus are the more harmful virus. Do you know what's the reason? The RNA, yeah, they are very important things. Okay, the RNA, you already know, the RNA is a single chain, single phosphate group, phosphoric acid, and you know it is producing single group is the RNA. Therefore, their stability is very low. Their stability is they are very unstable. Stability is very low. But the DNA structure is like this. The DNA structure is, they are double helix structure. Therefore, it is very stable, more stable. Therefore, do you know the mutation? What is the meaning of mutation word? Meaning? Mutation? Mutation කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? What's the meaning of the mutation? Mutate වෙනවා කියන්නේ? Mutation. The mutation, very good. The mutation is a change in the genetic structures. Change in the genetic structures. Okay, that means the mutation, the DNA viruses, lot of plant viruses. Do you know plant viruses doing pathogenic activity, pathogenic characteristic, showing pathogenic characteristic in plants by virus? In banana flower, banana tree, you know, chili, lot of virus effect for plants. These virus, the plant viruses, all are DNA viruses. DNA viruses, it is the stability is very high. It has great stability of this DNA chain. Therefore, no any mutation ability. The mutation ability is very low. No any mutation ability. No any, they are changing the genetic structure. They are characteristic. They are affecting the characteristic, not changing. But if we consider about RNA virus like COVID-19, the RNA virus are the more harmful animals to animals. Remember that, okay? The reason is lot of mutations. The RNA structure is very simple. This structure is very simple. Only single chain. Therefore, the easily mutate. Easily mutate. You know, in COVID-19 period, there are different types of COVID-19 types. The meaning, the reason, the same virus while replicate reproduction karaganitti, the lot of mutations. Therefore, if there are any mutate, ඒ කියන්නේ කවුරු හරි genetical characteristic change වෙච්ච කෙනෙක් හැදුණු ගමන්, then what happened? The virus change genetic characteristic, change with again replicating, and again replicating. It is go spreading as a wave. A wave එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඒක. Okay, okay. That's all about the virus. The viruses are very harmful. These RNA viruses, their stability is very low. Stability is very low. Therefore, lot of mutation ability, and their sizes is very small. Therefore, and their internal structure only RNA DNA chain, and they and capsule with protein cover. Therefore, they don't have organized cell structure. Um, therefore we can't belongs to prokaryotic or eukaryotic. Therefore, we call viruses don't have um, cellular organization. Okay, uh, virus is an organism without cellular organization. Are you good? I explained many very important things here. I think you got all. Any doubt? Any unclear point? Any unclear point? Clear, good. Okay, I think you completed this one. Okay, now you already know about prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Okay, now can you answer for this question? That's a exam structured as a question. Write down three similarities between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell structure. Can you write down? Write down three. Yeah, if you write three, that's enough. Okay, no need to write down. Send me as chat. Three similarities, samanaka, between this prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Yeah, send me first one. One similarities. One similarity. Good. Others. Send me. Think. You can see, you can compare your both diagrams. The plant cell and bacteria cell, you can compare. Compare and send me what are the similarities. Yeah, both have plasma membrane. Both have plasma membrane, it's correct. Both have ribosome, correct? Both have ribosome, okay. Present ribosomes. That's a similarity. What else? Present cell plasma membrane. Okay, note down. Plasma membrane. Plasma membrane. Present cell wall. Both have cell wall. Both have cell wall. What else? Yeah, both have cytoplasm. Yeah, anyone you can note down. Both have cytoplasm. And both have chromosomes. If it is multiple or whatever, it is present chromosome. Okay, that's how in similarities you have to write in a similar way. If you explain differences, these now the fifth one you can present chromosomes. එහෙම ලියන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? Present chromosome. But if exam asks differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic, you can explain prokaryotic has single chromosomes, eukaryotic has multiple chromosomes. In similarity, present ribosome is correct. In differences, you can write prokaryotic has 70S ribosome, eukaryotic has complex 80S ribosome. Now that's the meaning of Amavi chromosomes. The DNA present inside the chromosome present mean both have DNA. Okay, complete tute. Okay, lot of spaces here. Don't keep any space here. Okay, go to the page number 4. I have given examples. Actually, the prokaryotic and eukaryotic examples. You know, without cellular organization, the virus is the example. Only virus. Other whole organism has whatever organization. The prokaryotic or eukaryotic. The prokaryotic example you already know. Actually previous I have given it is bacteria and cyanobacteria. Eukaryotic fungi, protozoa, animal, plant. Okay, that enough. Without cellular organization, without virus. Okay, that's the summary of the part we discussed up to now. Basic part of the cell. Complete. Okay, come to animal cells. Okay, now there is what happened? It is mistaken this PDF. Your note it is correct, no? Okay, note it is given correct, but this one old. Okay, animal cell. As I explained earlier, the animal cells don't have rigid cell wall, not rigid cell wall. They don't have any kind of cell wall. Okay, therefore the outer membrane is the plasma membrane of the animal cell. Because of no any cell wall, the animal cell don't have a specific rigid shape. Specific shape. It is like a gel. Okay, it is like a gel. That is changes shape. The shape is changing. Okay, the animal cells has small and temporary vacuoles, no large vacuoles. Okay, no large permanent vacuoles. It has only temporary small vacuoles. And animal cells has organized nucleus and chromatin mean chromosomes and nucleotide. Okay, it has organized, and this that we called as nucleopore and nuclear membrane that has organized nucleus, and that is a mitochondria, Golgi body, Golgi apparatus, and lysosomes as well, lysosomes, and centriole is not important. The important one is endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum, EPR, endoplasmic reticulum. This endoplasmic reticulum, mainly two types, smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. You already know. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, you can identify it is attached with ribosome. The endoplasmic reticulum attached with ribosome that we called as a rough endoplasmic reticulum. Without ribosomes, that we called as a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. That is a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And the others are lysosomes important, and okay, they are the main parts, and mitochondria are the power plant of the plant, whatever cell. Okay, can you remember these parts? Okay, that only you need. My functions I will explain one by one. Can you remember these parts? I think you already know in all level time. Okay, if there are any forgettable things, please now refresh again. They are the parts of the animal cell. Parts of the animal cell. Okay, this is a plant cell. You can see in the plant cell, it has a organized, it has a rigid cell wall. Therefore, it has a shape, organized shape. And it is starting from cell wall. Where is cell wall? It is not named. This is cell wall. It is cell wall. Inside the cell wall, it is cell membrane, or plasma membrane. Okay, plasma membrane. And important thing is it has large vacuoles, large and permanent vacuoles, and it has the other important one is it has chloroplast. The animal cell don't have chloroplast because animals not doing photosynthesis. But plant cell compulsory contain chloroplast, and it also has a new organized nucleus, same as animal cell. same as animal cell, and it is rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum and mitochondria and Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus and Golgi body is same word. Okay. And cytoplasm, all organelles are present in the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is a gel-like structure, semi-solid structure. Okay, can you remember plant cell parts? Plant cell parts? You can. Okay, now you already know parts and all parts in the animals and plant cell. Can you send me differences between animal and plant cell?
ගෑනුන්ව තේරුම් ගැනීමට හැකි වෙන වරම දෙන්න. මචං
Okay. What are the differences? I forgot. What are the differences between animal cell and plant cell? Yes. Plants have a cell wall, but animals don't have cell wall. Very good. Plant cell, you can write down here, present cell wall. Present cell wall. Animals not present or don't have cell wall. Cell wall. Okay, what are the other differences? Other differences? Yeah, that is a common difference. The other very important one is chloroplast. Chloroplast, okay. Plant cell present chloroplast, but animal cells don't have chloroplast. Okay, what are the other differences? They are the common, most important two difference. If anywhere ask this question, you have to first mention these two differences. Otherwise, you don't have marks. Okay. Plants store starch as foods, while animal cells. No, structural difference, functional difference we can discuss later. Structural difference in What is the other structural difference? The other very important one. තව එකක් තියෙනවා very important structural difference. Devon, what is the other difference? Now I explain. Yes, vacuoles one. Vacuoles. Plant cell present Where is the way? Okay, what we discussed here, yeah, vacuoles, sorry. Plant cell, they have uh, permanent and large vacuoles. Large vacuoles. Animal cells, they only have small and temporary vacuoles. Temporary vacuoles. Remember, vacuoles. Temporary vacuoles. Small. They normally in immature stage they have some small vacuoles, but when the cell is matured, they are disappear. They disappearing these vacuoles in animal cell. Okay, what is the final difference? Final one. Any other structural difference? Quickly. Any other structural difference? Any other structural difference? Yeah, they are the structural main structural difference are they are. The other difference is main stored food in plant cell. You already know, always MCQ questions asking the main stored food. Main stored food. Main stored food in plant cell. The main stored food is starch. Starch. In animal cells, the main stored food is glycogen. Glycogen. Okay, that we discussed in the cell structure lesson as well. Cell structure lesson also we discussed these things. In animal cells, the main stored food is starch. Sorry, glycogen. In plant cell, the main stored food is starch. Okay, note down quickly. If you complete, please send me message. Okay, I can give you more 30 seconds. Quickly note down. Okay, today, if we can continue up at least microbial productions, then within 2 to 3 days, we can complete this lesson actually. Otherwise, it is very, we can't get more time for this question, this lesson, because it is very easy lesson actually. Lot of things you already know. We have discussed in different papers as මේවා නිකන් familiar නේද? More familiar these things, not new things actually. Only you need to organize the note, then it is easy. Actually, that's the most, if it is a long lesson, bulk lesson, it is a most easy lesson. No anything, no any complex things to understand. All are simple things. In final part, we discussing the mammals, birds, fish, and bees, insects. Okay, very simple. Okay. Okay, complete. Are you completed? Not yet. Okay, good. Amar, complete. Arshad? Good. Okay, go to the next part. Actually, this part, very simple. You already know. You already know these things. Okay, come to the parts. What are the functions of each part and their characteristics? Okay, the functions performed by the various organs, not actually organs, organelles. Okay, in the plant cell, organelles, okay, organelles. Okay, cell wall. The cell wall is only present in plant cell, not in animal cells. That's important. And it is a rigid cell wall that's mainly important for the protection of the cell. It is the main function is protection, and because of the plant cell wall, it is a rigid cell wall. It is give specific shape to the plant cell. It's given a specific shape to the plant cell. Then what are the functions of this? Normally, if it is plant cell wall, it is always producing by cellulose. If it is, if you consider bacteria cell wall, peptidoglycan, algae, fungi cell wall, it is produced by the main compound in the cell wall is chitin, and they are the important things on the cell wall. It is a rigid and structural thick layer. It is important for the protection of the cell, protection of the cell, protection of the cell. Okay, the second one, this plasma membrane or cell membrane. The cell membrane is the semi-permeable layer, semi-permeable membrane. It is important for what is the function of the semi-permeable layer, semi-permeable membrane? It is a plasma membrane is a semi-permeable. Therefore, only the cell can only absorb required material and waste materials out. Only unnecessary particles avoid enter to the cell. Okay, avoid enter unnecessary particles into the cell and protect. That's also protection methods by harmful hazard compounds. Okay, that's the main function. It is, you need to remember, it is the cell membrane, plasma membrane is a semi-permeable membrane, semi-permeable layer is a plasma membrane. It is inside the cell wall of the, inside the cell wall, correct? The covering the healthy cells is performed by the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane is made up of mainly phospholipid and protein. Important. It is mainly produced made by phospholipid and phosphoprotein. Phospholipids and phosphoprotein. It is a semi-permeable layer. It is semi-permeable layer. The main function of the plasma membrane are allowing water, ions, and certain molecules, allowing only required molecule and avoid enter unnecessary hazarded pathogenic compounds, avoiding enter to the cell. Okay, then after that, any only required particles go out. Okay, that's the function. Okay, I got. Now I think remember. Only function is enough if you remember. Up to now clear? Up to now clear? I am going to explain rapidly now. Send me message. Up to now clear? Okay. That is cytoplasm. I told inside the cell membrane, the gel-like structure is the cytoplasm. It is important to as a protection organelles with vibrations. It is a gel එකක් ඇතුළේ තියෙනවා වගේනේ. Then if there are any vibration, it is a protection. And the cytoplasm important to keep each and every organelles in their correct place without moving. In the gel, it is keep some space, give some space for the organelles, other organelles like nucleus, mitochondria like organism. They place and keep in the correct positions by the cytoplasm. Okay, read this. Apart from cell organelles, the aqueous fluid part called as cytoplasm, the contain inorganic and organic compounds as well. The function of cytoplasm is to give shape to the cell and hold cell organelles and carry out various metabolic activities. The structure embedded the cytoplasm of the cells are called as organelles. Yeah, they are simple things. Certain organelles are surrounded by cell membrane. That don't need that. The all organelles are in the cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm. Okay, the nucleus. The nucleus, you already know. The nucleus is the mainly hereditary informations stored in the nucleus. Hereditary information inside the nucleus, there is nucleotide, it is the chromosome is present. Okay, the chromatic material mean chromosomes. That is the main part to generation to generation, the information transformation by the DNA and chromosomes in the nucleus. In the nucleus, this chromosome number is changing an organism to organism. That humans, it is 46 numbers. In the rice plant, 24 chromosomes numbers in the rice plant. Okay, therefore it is type to type, it is changing. The main function of the nucleus is to control the vital functions of the cell. That's mean all functions mentioned maintained by the control by the nucleus, because that's the main unit of the cell. Okay, main unit of the cell. Okay, the mitochondria is the power plant of the cell. It is important by cellular respiration. It is producing energy required for the plant functioning, and their metabolic activities, all metabolic activities in every parts doing by the power of this produced microorganism produce power. Okay, do you know the structure of the mitochondria? The structure of the mitochondria, its shape is like this. It has two membranes. It has two membranes. The outer surface is like this, and the inner surface is, it is like this. Okay, why it is two membranes, outer membrane and inner membrane? The outer membrane, okay, it is outer wall. No? Then why the inner membrane is like this shape, without like this? මෙහෙම තියෙන්නේ නැතුව two membranes. Why it is forming like this? What is the reason? Anyone? Quickly. What is the reason? What is the reason? Anyone? You can see the outer membrane is like grooves. Very good. The reason is to increase the surface area. Why? By increasing the surface area, it is important for produce more energy by cellular respiration. Okay, the cellular respiration reaction is takes place in this mitochondria. Therefore, internal membrane, it is produced with these shapes to increase the surface area. To increase the surface area for rapid metabolic activities. Rapid metabolic activities. Okay, Golgi complex or Golgi body. Golgi body, what is the function? Golgi complex consists of Golgi bodies arranged of many flattened discs, like a flattened disc, bounded by overlapping membranes and surrounding secretory vesicles. The secretory functions is the production of packaging of secretory substance in the Golgi bodies. Okay, can you understand what's the main function? The main function is Golgi body is important for secretory materials. Secretory materials mean different secretions like enzymes, like things it is producing and release, and lot of digesting process doing by these Golgi bodies. This is important for the keep purity of the cell, purity, and remove waste, removing. Okay, they are breakdowning by Golgi bodies. Okay, therefore the Golgi body important, Golgi apparatus, Golgi complex important for the breakdowning process by secreting different enzymes like this. Okay, ribosomes, the main function is protein synthesis. Ribosome main function is a very small cell organelle without membrane. It is made up of two subunit. One is the large subunit and the other is a small subunit. Ribosomes are free living in the cytoplasm and attached to the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Some ribosomes freely available in the cytoplasm. The matured one, it is attached to the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum. The function of the ribosome is to provide provide some space for the protein synthesis. The protein synthesis reaction is take place in the ribosomes, within the ribosomes. Okay, then endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum, there are two types as I explained like earlier, rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It is important for mainly, it is mainly important for the it is mainly important for the transportation process. Transportate කරන්න තමයි ඕන වෙන්නේ. It is mainly important for the transportation process. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is, the ribosomes are attached to the rough endoplasmic reticulum, not for smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, therefore remember the rough endoplasmic reticulum, the function is ribosomes produce protein transformation. The ribosomes produce protein transformation for other organelles, that is a rough endoplasmic reticulum. Actually not other organelles, it is transferred through the nucleus, transferred to the nucleus. The nucleus is provide for other organelles. Okay, then smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum not attach any ribosomes, it is smooth, therefore no any attachment. Therefore smooth endoplasmic reticulum, that's also doing for transportation process. It is transfer lipid and steroid. Then remember rough endoplasmic reticulum, proteins transformation, the transportation of lipid and steroid by the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, vacuoles, only large vacuoles present in plant cell. In animal cells, only small temporary vacuoles are present. What is the function of the vacuoles? Large fluid-filled organelles surrounded by the membrane present in plant cell. The membrane of the vacuole is called as vacuole membrane. They are general things, vacuole membrane. Actually, the inside the vacuoles, the extra amount of sugar, water, and various type of pigments and organic compounds stored in these vacuoles for later usage. And it is mainly important for the maintain water balance of the cell, because if it is extra amount of water, it is stored in the vacuoles. If there are any deficiency, what they doing, again get from the deficiency again get from the vacuous. That's like a water storage. Okay, mainly it is important for the water, maintain the water balance of the plant cell. Okay, lysosomes also present in both animal and plant cell. If I given in diagram, it is only animal cell. Plant cell also contain lysosome. Remember, it is not only animal cells, plant cell and animal both present this lysosome. What is the function? The lysosome function also same as Golgi apparatus. It is producing different enzyme and release to cytoplasm and break down carbohydrate, protein, this waste particle. Waste particle break down into simple compound. If example carbohydrate, if you starch convert into glucose. If it is lipid convert into glycerol and fatty acid. If it is protein convert into amino acids. Okay, therefore it is doing breakdown in process and reduce wastage generate in the cell. Okay, that's the lysosomes. Okay, chloroplast is very important. It is structure is given here. These parts you don't need to remember. Only the function of the chloroplast is, it is important. It contains some different kind of cells. It is important for the photosynthetic process. Okay, the photosynthetic process doing by the this cytoplasm, sorry, chloroplast. Okay, they are the cell organelles. I think you already know these things. That's why I rapidly explain what are the organelles and their functions. Okay, you can, anything you want, you can read in the tute, or if you want additional knowledge, you can search and you can get additional knowledge. I explained the basic things in cell organelles. Okay, any doubt? Are you clear? I rapidly explained. Okay, are you tired to continue plant tissues? The plant cell is completed. What to do? Today we finish at 10:20, 10:15. We can finish today because the plant tissue, actually yesterday I explained. Small thing you want to explain. Next we go into microorganism, and microorganism basic things complete today, and microorganism productions we complete within next week. Fully production process we discuss with practicals. And then within 3 days you can complete the lesson. 3 to 4 days. Okay, but can we continue plant tissues or need break? What to do? Okay, now 8:40. We start at 9. Okay, 9, and then we have 1.5 hours. Then we can continue up to microbial productions. Microbial all productions, all beverage, bakery production, dairy production, and vinegar production. Every productions we discussed next week with all practicals. I will show you everything is how to produce everything. and some yogurt, curd, and vinegar. These things you can do, you can prepare in your home. Actually, you can prepare and you can see. And if you want, you can some wine, beer things you can also prepare. Today easily you can prepare. Okay, 9 p.m. Okay. Yes. Okay. Plant tissues. Okay, now the cell part is covered. We discussed about what are the cellular organizations, what are the prokaryotic cell organization, eukaryotic cell organization, and what are the organism without any cellular organization. Everything we discussed, and what are the and in prokaryotic we discussed the structure of bacteria cell. In eukaryotic, we discussed animal and plant cell, already completed. In after that, commonly we discussed what are the each parts, what are the organelles inside the every cells, what are their functions and structures, how they are performing in the cells. Everything we completed. Okay, the cell part is completed. After that, by combining many the set of cells, okay, set of cells combining each other, then it is produced, it is coming as categorized using different criteria, then produce plant tissues. Okay, plant tissues, it is produced tissues. In this part we only discussing about plant tissues, not animal tissues. Okay, plant tissues can be divided into two main type, as we discussed last day. Yesterday also I explained in the revision, in the paper discussion. Plant tissues mainly two types: meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Okay, meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Okay, you can read this note. You can read this note. Uh, I will draw again this classification. Then you can get full idea. Then the plant tissue part is covered. Okay, plant tissues, the cells completed. Plant tissues, plant tissues, plant tissues, mainly two types, as I explained last day: meristematic tissues and meristematic meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Permanent tissues. Permanent tissues. What's the meaning of meristematic tissues? If you go to the tute, you can read what is the meaning of the meristematic tissues. Last day I explained, still they are growing, still cell dividing and still growing. The tissues with cells that divide actively by mitosis. The mitosis is a cell dividing method. The mitosis to produce new cells are called as meristematic tissues. These cells are not differentiated. The growth of plant take place due to the activity of meristematic tissues. These meristematic tissues again and again dividing and growing. Okay, therefore all growing parts of the plant is contain these meristematic tissues. Okay, meristematic tissues. Okay, as we discussed last day, meristematic tissues mainly three types: apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and lateral meristems. Apical meristems, intercalary meristems, and lateral meristems. Okay, apical meristems. The first one, apical meristems. apical meristems, intercalary meristems, and lateral meristems. They are the main three types of meristematic tissues. Okay, last day I explained very short method how to remember this meristem, how to remember this function and locations present these meristematic tissues. Okay, if we consider a plant, think it is a plant, small plant. Okay, this is a plant. The apical meristems always present in bud areas, and you can read. Now, last day I explained, you can read apical meristems. Come to apical meristems. Apical meristems are found in shoot apex. Shoot apex means the immature parts. Root apex කියන්නේ මේ කියන්නේ shoot apex mean the අපි කියන්නේ දළුවල කියලා කියන්නේ the shoot එකෙත් අග immature part එක. Root apex mean the edge of the root and buds, lateral buds. Okay, now they are the locations the apical meristems are present. These shoot apex and root apex, these white color places are the and buds. They are the buds. Okay, they are the places locate apical meristems. Then what is their function? The function is increase the length of these each places. Plant increase its height due to activity of these apical meristems. Increase the height and increase the length of the root system due to these apical meristems. Okay. The second one is intercalary meristems. This part is very simple. That's why I am going rapidly. The intercalary meristems, they are located in nodes. Okay, nodes. See, intercalary meristems are found at nodes. Nodes mean the nodes කියලා කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේවා. මෙන්න මේ තැන් වලට තමයි nodes කියලා කියන්නේ. They are the nodes. This blue color, they are the nodes. Okay, then what is the function of these intercalary meristems? Intercalary meristems, the function is increase the length between these two nodes. Increase the length between these two nodes. The length of internode increase due to the activity of intercalary meristems. They are found in plant in grass family. Plants and grasses both contain intercalary meristems. Okay, lateral meristems, as I explained yesterday, lateral meristems are present laterally in the stems and root of the plant. ඒ කියන්නේ lateral part එක, යට part එක, lateral of the root and the stem. They are found in parallel to the longitudinal axis of the plant. The diameter of the plant increase. ගහේ මහත වැඩි වෙන. The diameter of the plant is increased due to this lateral meristems, and the stem and root diameter is increasing due to this lateral meristems. Cambium tissues found in the dicot plants is a lateral meristem tissue. The cambium, I think you have familiar. Cambium mean in if you get any stem, the internal part, this is bark area, this is a bark, පොත්ත කියන්නේ, and this is a cambium. The cambium is present with intercalary meristems. Then the diameter of the plant is increasing due to this intercalary meristems. Okay, I have given here. See, okay, this is apical meristems. They are shoot apex, shoot apex. Intercalary meristems, intercalary meristem between two nodes, increase the length between two nodes. Lateral meristems inside the cambium, cambium. Okay, that's mean diameter of the, increase the diameter of the plant, increase the diameter of any stem. Okay, okay, they are the plant tissues, meristematic tissues. Okay, they are the meristematic tissues. Now there is another type, permanent tissues. Permanent tissues mean, what is the meaning? Meristematic tissues, I told, they are again and again dividing and still growing. The permanent tissues mean they completely grown. Again, not cell dividing tissues, we called as permanent tissues. They're permanent. They are permanent. Again, no cell dividing and none changes. Okay, now permanent tissues we can divide into again two types. Again, two types. Simple permanent tissues. Simple permanent tissues. Simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Complex permanent tissues. Simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Okay, what's the meaning of the simple permanent tissues? Simple permanent tissues mean they are only producing with one type of cells. They are only producing with one type of cells. Okay, sorry. They only producing, they only made with one type of cells. As example, if it is the parenchyma, the examples are parenchyma. You already know parenchyma, parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Okay, this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. Okay, simple permanent mean their structure is simple. The simple permanent tissues mean it is only made with one type of cells. One type of cells. As example, parenchyma is produced made with parenchyma cells. Collenchyma made with collenchyma cells. Sclerenchyma made with sclerenchyma cells. Okay, that's a different. The complex permanent tissues mean the permanent. So a permanent tissue, it is made with different types of tissues. So different types of cells. Okay, that's the different. In simple permanent mean the structure is simple, only one cell type. The complex permanent means the structure is complex. More than one cell types, different types of cell type. It is made with different type of cell types. Okay, come to the note. Permanent tissues. A tissue that lost its ability to divide and specialize to perform a particular function. Again, no any dividing or growing. They have specially matured. They have specially designed for a special function. There are types of simple permanent tissues as parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Okay, come to the parenchyma. You need to remember the parenchyma is always the tissues present in immature immature parts of the plant. Immature parts mean like buds and shoots, apex. Okay, the tissues that forms the soft part of the plant body is the parenchyma tissues. This is the most abundant tissues that's found in the plant, and you can see features of parenchyma. The main characteristic, the every features you don't need to remember. The main one is the parenchyma tissues mainly important for the photosynthetic process. It is important for photosynthetic process because the immature parts very important for the immature parts very important for the photosynthetic process. Photosynthetic process. Okay, photosynthetic process. Okay, you can see where it is located. Where it is located. Sorry, fleshy parts of fruits and fleshy seeds, leaves, pith and cortex of the roots, and cortex and pith of the plant stem, that means shoot parts. Okay, the immature parts mainly locate this parenchyma tissues, and they are live cells. They are live cells and very important for the photosynthetic process. Parenchyma tissues contain of living cells. Cells are cells contain large central vacuoles. Nucleus is present. Yeah, you can see these cells and you can understand with given features. They all are live cells and it has large vacuoles, and nucleus is present, and every cell has a nucleus. Every cell has a nucleus. The cell wall is thin and made with cellulose because it is common feature. Intercellular space are present between cells. There are space. It is very simple structure. I'll show you. This is the structure of parenchyma. It's contain same size, same type cells and large vacuoles. Okay, that's a parenchyma tissues. That's a parenchyma tissues. That's the parenchyma tissues. The same size, same shape, and it has everyone has a nucleus. Everyone has nucleus, and every cells are the cell wall, it is made with cellulose, it is common. And every cells between cellular structures, see, they are spaces. They are spaces. They we called as intercellular spaces. Intercellular spaces. Okay, give me 2 minutes and draw this if you want. Give me 2 minutes. I have. Now, can you hear me? Now, okay, no? Okay, this is the shape of parenchyma. Between each and every cells, there are gaps, there are spaces. Okay, due to this shape, always there are some spaces. Okay, and living cells and unicellular cells and large vacuoles and large the thick cell wall with cellulose. Okay, they are the features. They are the features, and they are always present in immature parts of the plants. Okay, parenchyma complete. That is mainly important for the photosynthetic because it is green color. It is live cell, green color, live tissue with green color, and it is important for food storage as well. Food storage as well, and other functions you can read. Okay, second one, collenchyma tissues. Collenchyma means matured parts. Matured parts. Tissues provide mechanical strength. Now it is matured. The tissues are matured. Therefore, it is important for the plant strength as well. Instead of the photosynthetic, addition to photosynthetic, it is important for the plant strength. It is important for the mechanical strength and support to the plant body. They are modified. They are this one important. When the immature part, it is present parenchyma. Then when parts matured, it parenchyma modified into collenchyma. I got. Then you can see the shape is same, but I'll explain the structure. The features of collenchyma, they also living cells. Collenchyma also living cells. Cells possible cytoplasm, nucleus, and central vacuoles. Now it has some organelles. Initially, no any organelles. Immature part, very simple. Parenchyma. When it is matured, what happened? Cytoplasm, nucleus, and central vacuoles is coming. Cells elongated and polygonal in cross section. The corners of the cell wall are thickened. That's the main characteristic. The corners of each cell is thick. The intercellular space may present or may not. Okay, this is the shape. This is a collenchyma. Okay, now this are thickened. Therefore, sometimes no any spaces, but sometimes it can present spaces. Okay, all are living cells. Now it is the color is dark green color. Dark green color. The color is dark green color, and each one has still nucleus and live cells. Locations where collenchyma mainly stems and leaves, matured parts. Okay, matured part. Now it is function for both photosynthetic and the support to the plant, strength to the plant. Okay. Final one, sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma mean now read sclerenchyma tissues help provide mechanical strength only. It is not important for the photosynthetic because at that time it is over matured. Over matured mean the tissue over matured, it is actually die cells. Now the cell is die. Cells are die. Therefore, it is not live cells. It is not made by live cells. It's consists of dead cells. Lignin is deposited on the cellulose cell wall. Lignin is deposited on cellulose cell wall. Cells are tightly packed. Therefore, no any intermolecule spaces. Intercellular spaces don't have spaces there. Cell wall is evenly thick and form the central lumen. You can see the structure. Now the structure is like this. Now the cell has a special shape. The cell wall is thick. Now cell has a special shape like this. Now no any spaces. It is fully packed. The cell has a special shape. Cell has a special shape and still vacuoles are there. And and they are evenly thick. Each and every cell wall. Therefore, no any space, and these all cells are dead cells, not non-living cells. Parenchyma tissues mainly important for the strength of the plant, for the support. Okay, for the support. Provide support to the plant body. Okay, now go to the summary. Plant tissues mainly two types: meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues, apical, intercalary, and lateral. permanent tissues, simple permanent tissues, and complex permanent tissues. Simple permanent tissues, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, already discussed. Complex permanent tissues mean again two type. Complex permanent tissues two type. It is xylem and phloem. Phloem. Xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem. What is the function of xylem? What is the xylem function? What's the function of xylem? Xylem. What is the xylem function in the plant? Xylem tissues? Quickly. Transport water and mineral. Good. Transport water and mineral. Phloem, glucose. Glucose transport throughout the, that means food transportation by phloem. Xylem, water and mineral, remember. Okay, that's all about plant tissues. Then today we completed plant cell, fully about cell part and tissue part completed. Then next week, very important part we start. We fully discussed about microorganism. Fully we discussed microorganism in next part. Actually, better to complete the microorganism part within 1 day. 1 day. Next week we start microorganisms, how to use for the technology. That is most important part of the lesson. Lot of questions coming from this part. Okay, next week you can learn how to microorganism divide according to nutrition method, according to respiration methods, how microorganisms used for different industries. Everything we can discuss in next week. From next week we have a lot of time. Therefore, within 2 to 3 days I will cover this lesson, and before next month, before September, I will cover all lessons. Therefore, you don't need to worry about SFT. As I told yesterday, you have to think about your other subjects. Okay, you don't need to worry about this one. Other subjects you have to balance, and you have to cover all syllabus before, at least before September. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll wind up today because at 10 I have a special meeting today. Now 9:50. Next week we can start the microorganisms and their productions. Okay, then goodbye. Only today. Okay, from next week we stopping at 11. Okay. Okay. Good night.